Hi, this is our next project. It's called Doodling with Canvas. So the first thing you probably want to do is you probably want to establish a folder in your Google Drive that you can save pictures to so that you can upload them to Classroom a lot easier. So you're going to go to your Google Drive, click New, Folder, and then I always put a 1 in front. I'm going to do exclamation. I'm going to do a 1. And then put the name. I'm just going to say artwork for mine. You can name it whatever you'd like. And then it puts that folder right in the very front for me to always see. So for this project, I'm going to need to be able to upload from my drive into my classroom area or my classroom assignment. So now I have my folder made. So now I'm going to go to my assignment. And this is the assignment, Doodling with Canvas. So here I have the handout that Ms. Smith wants me to use. I have the link to Canvas. And then for later on when I need to upload it to Classroom, I have that wonderful video that was made by Mr. Josh. So right now I'm going to open up my Canvas handout. Okay, I'm going to leave that open. I'm going to go back to my Classroom. And I'm also going to open up the link to Canvas. Awesome. So now I have the instructions on this tab, and on this tab, I have Canvas. So when you open up Canvas, you're going to see this page open up, but you will not have these pictures there. These are things that I've been working on for fun. So today we're going to flip back and forth using our handout along with our Canvas program to create our program. All right, so let's go to our instructions. All right, so up here, we have the option to choose new drawing or new from image. Today, we're going to do the new drawing. And then these are some of the icons that you're going to see and what they are. But down at the bottom, you want to scroll down. We have a checklist that we need to follow for this assignment. So the first thing says, number 1 says, click new drawing. I'm going to go back to Canvas, and here's new drawing. I'm going to click it. In here, you're going to see some things. Here, if I click this button here, it's going to bring me right back to my gallery. Over here is undo, and this is redo. Now, this is based off of click. So if I choose a simple tool like a pencil, and I draw a long line and then let go of the mouse, or if I click quick, it will undo per each click of the mouse. And I can also redo. I'm going to get rid of that because I do not need it for this assignment. Over here is the layer option, and we're going to talk a little bit more about that later. And then over here is our save the image, and we will talk about that later also. Over here, we have different tools that we're going to be using, and we're going to walk through those real quick. So let's go back to our handout. Number 2 says choose a color, and number 3 says choose a pencil and write my first name across the page. So where do I choose the color? Well, right here. If I click this dot, I have some predetermined colors that are chosen, or if I want to make my own, I can click on custom and drag this little circle around, and it will make the color. If I click on it, then it will make that color. You see the little color dot there? Okay. Also, I have this icon here. This lets me enlarge or decrease or fade here as well. So my first instruction was to choose a color, choose pencil, and write my name across the screen. So now I'm going to do that. And look how crazy mine looks. Isn't that awesome? Okay, there we go. Go back to the instructions. Number 4, we're on number 4 now. It says choose the pen, change the color and size, and draw a squiggly line across the page. All right, so I'm going to choose a different color. I'm going to choose blue. Well, let me see what's in the palette. Yeah, I'm going to do this blue here. I'm going to change the size. Wait a minute, I got to choose the pen. Here's the pen. So I'm going to choose the size of the pen. I'm going to make it pretty large as I can. Make sure that it is not see-through. And now I'm going to draw a squiggly line across the paper. All right, back to the handout. Number 5 says choose the marker, change the color and size, and draw 3 overlapping rectangles. Okay, here's the marker. I need to change the color. I'm going to change it to green. I need to change the size of the marker. I'm going to go about medium. Okay, then I'm going to click over here. Now I'm going to draw. Ooh, I don't like the size of that. Let me go back and make that smaller. Oh, wait a minute. I can do this. I can click the undo button. Okay, now I'm going to change the size back to what I think would be a good size. Click back into the picture. Oh, that's better. Now I'm going to draw my best rectangles that are overlapping. That one almost looks like a square. There we go. Awesome. Back to my instructions. Now it says choose the chalk, change the color and size, and fill in 4 areas. Okay, here's the chalk. I'm going to change the color. I'm just going to use this yellow-orange here. And depending on what area I'm filling in is what size I will use. So I'm going to go in this area here, and I think that this size is a little too big. So I'm going to minimize it a little bit and hover over it, and there you go. I like that. I'm going to come in and take my time, or I can line it up, click, line it up, click, 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 drag, click, 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 drag, and fill that in. So remember, for every click is how much you can undo. I'm going to come over here, but I need a smaller version right here. So I'm going to click, drag, try to stay in the line. We're trying to practice staying in the line because we'll need to stay in the lines in our next project. Okay, that's 2. I had to fill in 4. Let me come over here and fill this one in. That's 3. Okay, and I'm going to come right here and do this one. And that is 4. It's a lot harder than I thought. Back to the instructions. Now, number 7 says choose the eraser and erase through some of the lines. Okay, well, the eraser is down here. And look how cool this is. I'm just going to whack right through it a couple of times, maybe 4 times. Yeah, because that feels awesome and great that I can do that. Back to my instructions. Okay, it says number 8 says add a layer, click on new layer, choose pencil, choose black, and scribble over the drawing. Are you kidding me? I'm going to be scribbling over the drawing? Miss Smith is not kidding. Okay, so the first thing it said was choose a layer. Well, right over here is the layer button. Okay, to add a new layer, because this is the bottom layer right here. So to add a new layer, I'm going to click the plus button. And now it's put a layer up here. So watch what happens. I'm going to choose, I said pencil, but you know what? I'm going to choose a marker, I think. And it has to be black. Make sure to choose black. And then I'm going to make the size really gargantuan. Look how big that is. I'm going to click over here, and then I'm going to scribble right on top of this design. Wow. What do the instructions say to do now? Well, number 9 says move the new layer under the original layer. Huh. Let me go back and look at that. So here's the layer button. I'm going to click that. Here's my top layer. Here's my bottom layer. Let's just say I wanted to work on my bottom layer, but this top layer is getting in the way and I want to move it. I can basically just turn it on and off. If I print it, it'll still have that layer will print, but while I'm working, I can make it invisible. My other option is I could throw it in the trash, but then it's gone for good. And I kind of like this black. And then there's one more option. I need to move this layer underneath this layer. So I'm going to click the arrows here, hold my mouse down, and drag underneath. Wow, look at that. It moved that black behind my original drawing. How cool does that look? That's pretty awesome. All right, let's go back to the instructions. 10 says I need to choose a color for the background. Okay. Where do I find that? Well, this is where I find it. Right here in the layers area. Here's a paint bucket. I'm going to click that. And remember, you can choose custom colors or from the predetermined colors. So I'm going to choose from the predetermined colors because I like this light blue, this cyan. Oh, that looks lovely. Okay, back to the instructions. The instructions say, number 11, that I need to save the image to the class folder, but that's going to be my folder that I set up already in Google Drive. And I need to name it my last name and canvas, and then turn it in. Okay, so I'm going to go back here. Now I could come here and I can save it here, or I can go back to gallery. Now in the gallery, I have several options to choose from. See these little dots? If I click there, I can rename it, I can save it, I can make an exact copy and duplicate it, or I can delete it. I definitely don't want to delete it because it's an assignment. So I'm going to come up here and I'm going to rename it. And remember, we're going to rename it. You're going to use your last name and the word canvas. And then you're going to click OK. So now you see it has a name. So when I go to save it now in that folder that I created where I'm going to be saving my work at to upload to class, oop, wrong thing. Save image. I'm going to go and find my folder that I created. Now you could just save it to your Google Drive if you wanted to, but then you might have a hard time finding it. So I'm going to go up here. I'm going to go to my drive. And I put it, I believe, I don't see it. Where could it be? Oh, there it is, right at the top. Now I'm going to click Save. And now it's in my Google Drive. And now I'm going to follow the instructions on the video. That video is going to be the one that Mr. Josh sent out, that I sent to everybody. So you need to go to that video and save your work into the actual Google Classroom, just like we did with the Caterpillar project.